Well, I'm sitting around one day and the YouTube was playing. This one YouTuber was on there, and I heard him mention that somebody had bought one of his rods on eBay or whatever. He was selling his rods, he was selling hooks, just anything he could sell for the highest bidder. And he mentioned this girl, and I recognized her name. She was a girl that watched my videos. It was just an old junky Walmart ugly stick, very similar to this one. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to give her a rod. So she was on my Facebook. So I messaged her up and said, hey, send me your address. I'm going to send you a rod. She's like, really? I said, yeah. I gave her a choice of a couple rods. I said, which one you like? She said the green one. So I signed it for her. And I said, I'm going to send you that rod. No charge. Well, she was tickled to death. And I got to thinking about it. I said, you know what? Maybe this girl doesn't even use bait caster rods. Maybe she uses spinning reels. So I asked her, I said, what kind of gear do you use? She told me she's using spinning gear. And so I asked her some more questions. I said, show me a picture of some of your gear. She showed me a picture of some of her gear. And she's fishing for channel cats and an occasional lucky flathead out in Arizona. So I got to look at her reels and her rods. I said, okay. I thought about that and said, well, she really can't use that rod. I said, I ought to get her something she can use. So I was online one day checking out rods. And I ordered me this custom Meat Hunter. They're a company out of Oklahoma. This is called the Boss Hog. And you can have your name put on them. I've got my name right there, Catfish Dave. And while I put the order in for that rod, I checked out some of their spinning rods. And I had her a custom spinning rod made up. Custom. Has her nickname here, Arizona Cat Girl. You can see the guides on it. Pretty stout rod. Good rod for bigger channel cats, flatheads. And I went ahead and I put an order in for that rod. Well, I got to thinking she was going to need a reel for that rod. And I was having a hard time finding reels to match this custom pink color. Pink and black, and there's some purple, silver going on up here. And I come across these Cast King Sharky bait feeders. Now I hadn't seen her rod yet, and I wasn't really sure what size reel she would take. So I ordered two of these, a 5,000 and a 6,000. And what this does is it has a bait feeder on it. You flip that up, and while the spool is closed, you can have this in a rod holder. I'm famous, people messaging me. But anyway, you can take this thing and the fish can run. Makes a slight clicking sound, and then you just flip the lever, reel down, or you can turn the handle and the lever will flip. It's kind of like setting the bait clicker on a conventional or bait caster. So I wasn't sure what size reel she needed, so she got a 6,000 and she got a 5,000. And I'm going to put them in a box. I got to doing some reviews on those Cast King Sharkies, and some people love them. But you know, it's only like a $60 reel. She's getting two of them, but I'm thinking, well, you know, those things might wear out soon. So I was in the Big Fish Outfitters one day, and they had this combo. Had a pin spin fisher, 5,500. That's between a 5,000 and a 6,000. Now this is a much more heavy duty reel. So in case those Cast King Sharkies don't work out, I'm throwing that in her box too. And then I was looking at some more reels, and I came across one that's a fairly decent quality pin. It's called a Pin Fierce 3. It matched her rod good. And this is what I done the video on. Of course, she had to have line on the reels. And what this stuff here, we had to get her something to match, is Cast King Cast Pro. Now, I've heard good stuff about Cast King. She'll be getting that Pin Fierce 3 as well. I asked her what kind of hooks she used, and she liked the Gamakatsu circle hooks. And she was only using like 3/0 hooks. Now, she does a lot of carp fishing. I told her 3/0's good for carp, but if you're going for catfish, a 5 to 8/0 would be more sufficient for the catfish, especially since you're usually throwing a bigger bait than you would for a carp. And so I got her a couple of bulk packs of Gamakatsu 5/0, a bulk pack of 7/0. I seen she was using 2-ounce sinkers, so we got about 32-ounce sinkers. Of course, she was running a bead between the sinker and the swivel, so I got her 400 or 500 of these pink beads. They're rubber. They're not really the hard plastic. They're a little softer. Got these from the Mad Cats people. She's got 4 or 5 packs of those. Got her some shears to cut the braided line, and I got her some offshore angler barrel swivels. There's like 100 in there. That should set her up for a while. Now, I told her I wasn't going to send her this rod until I caught a fish on it on video, and that's where we get to this video. I can never make a video in this spot without somebody running a leaf blower around here. Either way, we're demoing some new gear today. I've got a Berkeley E-cap, which I had not too long ago in a video. I had me a custom rod built from Meat Hunter Rod Company. These are actually, they say made in the USA. I'm going to guess it's assembled in the USA. It's a very lightweight rod. Got my name on it. This one's called a Meat Hunter Boss Hog. You can get your name put on these. It's got a nice grip. You can get your choice in colors on grip. My favorite thing, a very light Fuji reel seat. This rod, just by me playing with it at the house, has a very moderate action. Means it has a lot of bend, but it seems to have some power. So we're going to be trying this. And I had another rod custom built by Meat Hunter Rods. This is for Brooke Nicole, the Arizona Cat Girl. Now, where she's at, it's primarily channel cat. There's no blue cats. They do catch a few flatheads, but like a 40-pounder would be a monster. She uses open face gear. So I had to try to find a reel and stuff that would match. And I got her favorite hooks are Gamakatsus. She usually uses a 3/0. And I said, well, for catfish, you should be using at least 5 to 7, even those channel cats. So I'm going to be using one of the hooks I got her. This is a Gamakatsu Octopus 7/0. And I am going to get a fish on this rod before I send it to her. These fish have been in the mud. They've been tough, but the best bite has been right before dark to just a little after dark, and then it dies. Well, that's when we're here. Probably 30 minutes before dark. I just got these rods in the mail this afternoon. Got this one lined up. Now this is only 40-pound braid. A reel this size should probably have 50 or 65, but I wanted to get line to match This is made by Cast King. It's called, I think, Cast Pro. And I could not get anything heavier than 40. They're out of stock right now. So we'll be using it with 40-pound test. That was the first cast on that rod. This will be the first cast on this meat hunter. This is a Berkeley E-Cat. You can only find these from Catfish Connection. This is a remake of the original that was discontinued from the 1990s. The only improvement from the original was they've got solid guides on it now, and it's in white. The originals were brown. I had an original. They were good rods. Now this is a heavy action rod with a faster tip, much similar to the Ugly Stick Big Water. Hopefully we get something on it too. It's only caught one fish so far. The Berkeley E-Cat done hooked up. This fish does have some mud on its side. See the mud on its side. First fish in the boat. Woo! I ain't used to no open place. Small blue cat. Very small, but it's the first fish. You can see a little bit of mud on its belly there. The bite is slow and has been for the last over a week now. Fish are tough, bait is tough. But there's the first fish on the Arizona Catgirl's rod. On a hook just like she's going to be using. Keep my hands clean try to keep from messing up that pretty pink handle. Only got one rod left with the bad juju on it. That's the old Boss Hog. I'm throwing a 4-ounce dragon weight plus the bait. She said she only uses like 2 ounces, so that rod will easily handle the 2 ounces. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna eat a piece of cheese. Put me a jacket on. It is getting cool quick. Well, all right, y'all, I can already tell you, it's a tougher bite than what I've been seeing, which has been pretty tough. We'll press on for a little more. If you're ever in Arizona and you want to see a Tennessee sunset, well, there it is. There she goes. Oh, yeah. Woo! Going to the other side of the boat, man. Going to the other side of the boat. I don't think my light's on that side of the boat. It's bigger than the first one. That's a better fish there. I'd say that's bigger than the average channel cat in Arizona. There it is. Bigger than the average channel cat. Old blue cat down in the mud. Straighten up, man. You're on camera. Straighten up. There we go. This fish is dedicated to Brooke Nicole, Arizona Cat Girl. I don't know how well y'all synced that rod bend, but it handled that fish just fine. So I'm sure It'll handle them catfish in Arizona. Try not to get the fish slime on the pink paracord grips. Woo, ain't that pretty? Well, I got the bad juju off your rod. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Berkeley, E-cap. And it's going right into that braided line. Get out of there. Yeah. Slow this boat down and get him in here. Yeah. Need to get my line a little more that way. There's another one coming out of the mud. Gonna make an appearance in this video. Yeah. Whoa! Still can't get the bad juju off the boss hog. There's a dag blasted dog in my video. We got an old dinky on here. Either way, this rod seems to be good luck. It's got the most fish. Come on, Mr. Dinky. I'll boat flip him. Yeah. Old channel cat size blue cat. As you can see, that 7/0 circle hook even catches these small ones. No problem. Are there catfish in Arizona? Well, I'd say there is. And now they're going to get caught on this rod right here. Another old small one. Either way, they liking this pink rod. Another channel cat-sized blue cat. This fish has got into my other line here. Little mud on it. Well, the old boss hog couldn't catch jack squat, don't look like. But there it is, Meat Hunter Custom. I special ordered, and her name is put on the rod, Arizona Cat Girl. That is a Penn Fierce 3, and we've got the 40-pound Cast King Cast Pro line. That's only because they didn't have the bigger in stock. Either way, it caught fish tonight. I'd say it'll catch them in Arizona too. I'm even going to throw in the hook that I caught these fish with, and I ain't going to charge her $500. I have no idea how much she paid for that cheap ugly stick rod, but I know going fishing ain't cheap. So I kind of felt sorry for her and got her some stuff that she could use and probably use for a long time. This is a video. There was fish in the video. That makes it a fishing video. This is Catfish Dave with another one, signing out.